You know what I love about that? I always find myself a doom 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 a doom doom. I'm always dancing to that little. That just gets me excited. That's why when I was trying to figure out what I was gonna name and I heard the some finding music and editing, I was like, oh yeah, long some short some doom 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 doom. Anyway, I'm sorry. This morning I am in a short right now for Bitcoin. Bitcoin isn't a short. Small short. I only did like a 0.25 BTC short, up 81% right now. On that small short, just little things. I don't try to do massive things every single day. Just small wins, and even smaller losses in a very volatile market this morning. As expected, it would be volatile. We double topped. So let's go ahead and tell you about what's going on in the top 5 to 10, and then move on into the charts, shall we? First off, good morning, Lee. What's going on? Oh, if you were just visiting this section, my name is Christian Israel. This is Long Sum Short Sum. Every day we do this for the first part of the show. So check for this upload, like, subscribe to the social media thing, and that's enough self-promotion. Let's jump on in. Bitcoin is number one at $40,654, down 1.3% over the last hour. In fact, that's when we entered that short, was about an hour ago. Ethereum is in number 2 spot, trying to hold 3,050, but I'm not so sure we're going to be able to do that. We got BNB at 415 in the number 3 spot. We got XRP in the number 4 spot, just under 72 cents at 71.9. We got Solana in the number 5 spot at 103.22, trying to hold above water, above $100. We're going to see if that does. In the number 6 spot, we've got Terra Luna, which was right there around the $100 spot with Solana. But we know Luna and Solana are kind of indicators of what's going to happen in the rest of the market. So we are watching them because Terra Luna is down 21% over the last 7 days. Cardano in the number 7 spot at 94.7 cents. And we got Avalanche AVAX in the number 8 spot at 79.27. And rounding out number 9, because I don't even know what number 10 is on this screen, and I'm not going to move my screen. It is 17.95 for Polkadot at number 9. Let's get a number 10. Doge, of course it is. Doge, 14.2 cents there. So that's where we are. And because we have some crazy things popping off in the charts this morning, let's go ahead and look at Bitcoin, because this is what I had been seeing with Bitcoin. I'm going to zoom over to you real quick for the big screen. Whoop, let's get there. Now, this was Bitcoin yesterday. Well, currently, right now, not just yesterday, but this is what I was looking at. This might have been a chart I sent to my brother where I dinged this moving average right here. I believe that is the 200-day moving average on the 6 hour. Okay, and I thought we'd get a rejection right about there. If we got one off the R1, we kind of began to round off. And I'm going to zoom into here real quick and take all this fun stuff off. And I'm going to take off this absolute wave here. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of the impulse so you guys can just get a clear idea of what's happening here. And this is what I see. So I saw that this began to round off yesterday. You see this 13th, you see 10 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning. We are right around here for the show yesterday. But as it gone, I was like, man, this could pump, but I'm looking for a short. You know, I was looking for something to break down and to try to get in a nice little entry. And I saw this, it began to roll over. So how far down is this going to go is the question now, right? So let's dive in a little bit deeper. This is on the 15-minute mark, okay? On the 15-minute mark, let me see what I had over here. I brought something up for myself. It is on, okay, it is on Finance 11.0. So let me open Fin 11.0 and bring this up for you to show you specifically what I am looking at. Boom. Okay, here's Bitcoin. And I kind of had to zoom out to the 8 hour to see a good idea of what I was looking at, where this could go. Because here, guys, right, as we look here and we zoom out to like the 4 hour, you don't really see as much outside the fact that we did what? We broke the parabola that we discuss every single day. And we discussed that I believe there's only 36% left from yesterday's move, actually from that S1. And so we are still there watching Bitcoin because we want it to range in order to get our altcoins going. But to zoom back in over here, you can see that 39,000, as I said before, is our major hold of support. We need 39,000 to hold. So my take profit right now is 39,500 on this short. My entry, guys, is $41,155. That was my entry. I wish I had a better one than that. I kept trying to decide last night. Definitely could have got a better entry. But we're currently at 40,422 right now, up 88% on this trade. And my take profit is 39,509. Not sure that's going to hit, but that's right around this. You see, 38.9. 39,500 is my take profit. So right in these wicks. Again, it's not big. I'm not here trying to make millions of dollars in one trade, guys. It's about making small, $200-$300 a day, sometimes $1,000 a day. If you can do that, and it's not consistent, but if you can do that, I mean, it's a full-time job. What are people making? $25 an hour at most, $10 an hour? Really, if you're lucky, on average for normal people, not up in the ranks, right? But between $10 and $25 an hour, I believe what people are making in the workforce of the middle and lower class, socioeconomic lower class, right? So I'm not trying to be a baller every day. I am just trying to do this to pay the bills, because you also know we do what? We hodl. Everything else. Everything hodls. That's how you do it, but you want your daily swings, and that's a good way to do it. So we see here that it is coming down to the S1. Let me give you my lovely arrow. Boom. So here's our short in this area right here. Right there. I say 41.5. So in this area, which was this morning, that little green pullback, and then now down. So technically, first resistance is 41,200, which is we're sitting at right, or 40,250, which we're trying to sit above right now, depending on what we see. But in reality, this is it. I think we could see a wick down to 38,189, which is a 2.414. And in reality, guys, that's always a great place for us to turn around. So if I zoomed in real quick to see the 15-minute, you can get a good idea. Zoom. Look at that. Now it looks like a Bart. So we have a possible Bart. Right back down to here. That is called a Bart Simpson pattern, okay? So also known as a really crappy head and shoulders, but for the most part, it's a Bart Simpson pattern. So we're going to be watching that. If we break above, my stop loss now is 40,850. Right here is now my stop loss. So that would be stopped out in profit back above the pivot at this back test technically. And I say 50 because that's 48.41. And now that we're down here, that would have to blast back up above the pivot. And I believe if that happens, we'll be a little more bullish. The RSI is down, so I expect a possible break back to the back test of $40,775, somewhere in there, before it rolls back down. But this is what we are watching. So far, playing out exactly as expected. As you can see here, XRP is the same. We discussed yesterday. Breaking down from that pivot, I'm going to go ahead and bring this on the daily for you. And zoom on down to the 6 hour so we can see that I have a rising wedge breaking south. And if I got to bring it down just a little bit for you so you can see. As expected, I thought that 78 cents would come down in the short term to possibly 68 cents, 12% move. It actually did. I wasn't sure how fast would happen, but it happened. And now we're working our way back up, which normally breaks down for a slightly lower low or a double tap. You got me? So our support for Bitcoin, for XRP right now is at 68 cents. Okay? It is at 69 cents. This area is our major support. Got that, guys? So when this breaks down here, expect a small bounce, 70.5, maybe a back test of 71, then a dump down to 68.5, and we were looking for that to hold. It could just violently go. Remember, the move could finish through tomorrow. This could be a longer term move into Friday, into Easter weekend, which we've discussed that I believe is a good dumping time because it's a 3-day weekend. So we might see some movement there based on market makers alone, trying to get people into the market to dump on them. But we are really watching this because this is still the hourly, so we haven't directly had a second candle close under there. But we need to see right now, again, 69 cents, guys, is our support. Okay. So again, I am in a short right now for Bitcoin. It's at 84.87 right now, percentage wise, and still waiting. Not a lot. Well, high margin, very high margin, but very little trade. So this is just what we're looking for. We're testing the waters in here because everything kind of is looking like crap if you are a long-term holder, which is why we made some of the decisions we made yesterday, because I think XRP has the most run in it, most potential based on what we are seeing, not just in the markets, but also in the news cycle. Ethereum is sitting here at the same thing, guys, that we discussed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or ABC, and this is working up. Now, this might not be done, and here's why. Because we are back in this initial zone, trying to hold above 3.414. Can we do it? Is it possible? Yes. I mean, we're sitting on support right now. Again, XRP doesn't have much more to go if it sits on support, so it could be one quick move down to test again, double tap this, and back up in this area. As long as Ethereum is in this area, we can breathe a sigh of relief. But the moment it breaks back down again, we can be looking at 2,600 at most, at worst. We could be looking, at 2,900, which is the 0.5, 2850, 2875 area. If I'm really trying to get real close to that target for Ethereum, right there. Okay, that is, I believe, the finished back test of this move. So this 4 wave is like one of those drag it out of you, drag it out of you. So that's why I'm not convinced, because see that how that candle closes above here. I almost could say this could shift like this, and I would not be upset to shift this count like this. You see, I would not be upset about that. That's why I think it would be a longer ABC. But that is a possibility there with Ethereum. So again, if this hodls and we're seeing, or holds here, Bitcoin's trying to hold around, trying to hold up under $40,500 right now. Same here with Ethereum, 3,050 is it's trying to hold, 3,030 it's trying to hold. If these spots don't hold, there is more below it. And it just shows here, the same thing. Ethereum move on that larger 5 wave that I pointed out to you. That is a possibility. Here it is, guys. Zoom in, zoom up. Okay. Trying to make sure we all see this nice and tight. There we go. Such a long arrow trying to show you guys. And zoom. All right. So again, this is no different than the same, I'm going to call it map, that I have been showing you guys chart, looking for this to break down. Again, my targets, we're still looking. Look, 2,600 shows up again. 27.8 is now showing up again. That's 2 separate charts doing 2 completely different charting. 28 to 27 here, and then we have a bottom here of 28 to 27 again. So that would finish out a larger move, getting our resistance from 3,500 to come all the way down to 27, 26. We get people freaking out. With 26, 25 being, in my personal opinion, the worst bottom right now. Why do I say that, guys? Because see this parabola that I love. I love my parabolas because those breaks, confirm break back test, let me know that I can short, because you can make money longing and shorting in this market, either way. So that parabola right there rolling on up, guys. That showed us right up to the 1.414, which I thought we would get to. Didn't quite get there, but got close enough to reject off, and now coming down to possibly finish this move. So this is a projected 4 wave, guys. We did reject right where I thought we were, which is 3,100. I said that yesterday. And now we are working our way down. So will we finish this move today or through the weekend? If we do get a tap down there, guys, I would say that is where you can make your serious money. You can make some serious money here on these bounces because the sellers are getting exhausted. We had a good bounce back day yesterday in the NASDAQ. Now the CPI inflation data has come out and people are selling. So I think jobless claims is up 18,000 to compare to what it really was supposed to be. So people have reasons to sell off. Again, Elliott wave analysis, fib extension, fib retracement analysis with pivots are all about what direction we could go. and what our targets are. But normally, the way it kind of works is what triggers the movement in one direction or the other is the news. I can tell you if we're at a standstill, like, man, go up or go down from here, wait for the break, sell, wait for the break, buy, whatever you choose to do. However, that news indicator is what's going to kick you in the right direction. So if you get a good idea of what kind of trade setup you want, look for the news to figure out my country coming out, Central Illinois, to figure out when and how to execute that. Remember, I've been waiting. Litecoin, I called 103 about 2 weeks ago. It came down to 102. It was a great entry, and now we're working our way back down because, again, I was not sure. You got to be safe. See this? These are our line charts, so we got to let this play out. You can't go crazy margin long until all this plays out. Okay, so Litecoin, we're still watching. We got some possible double tap targets at 50 cents and $50 and $67. So the fact that I'm seeing these type of targets showing up, okay, I'm not saying they're going to hit, but these possibilities are showing up, now has my eye over there. You're going to see a lot of people, Bitcoin to 10,000 now. I'm not going to say that. I'm not even going to say 20,000 right now, because if it goes to 20,000 now my prediction changes from believing that we hit 56 to 57,000 as our top. It will change immediately. So again, hear me. If Bitcoin dumps to those levels and XRP dumps down to 50 cents, 45 cents, what people are calling to those levels, I'm going to become so crazy bullish in 2022. It's ridiculous. And when I say crazy bullish, as in go ahead and load up the docs, guys, because $15 is a minimum for XRP this year if we hit those bottoms. Why? Based on Bitcoin's trajectory. When Bitcoin's going to fire up, bring everything down, there's no more sellers. And then clarity in the next 90 days for the XRP Ripple lawsuit is what we're looking for. So that would be positive news trigger, giving us the right direction after a dump. But speaking of positive news, we had somebody come into the chat yesterday, Ilya. You guys remember him. He's out of the Oakland area. He came in yesterday. He asked me to look at Propy. Got a good idea at Propy. He actually said he bought it on the 12th and the 11th. Shout out to him down here. He's not a big TA guy. He just likes to look at the charts. He's been in it. And he's getting a good feel for how the markets move based on market makers, right? There's all different types of ways to trade. He is swing trading. He's not margin trading. So he buys the asset, holds the asset, hits a target, sells the asset. It's not that hard if you're managing your own things. It's a wonderful concept and idea, and it's exactly why this channel exists, for it to help people kind of get a good idea. And we have been chatting this morning, and I told him 209 was a top to look for a correction, possibly back down, but for sure we were going to hit 265. Either 265 or 150 was going to hit first, depending on what happens, but there should be some crazy fireworks around the close yesterday. And then right after the close, it kind of hung out. And then I woke up this morning, start to get ready, and it fired right up to the 2.414 and then up to the double top resistance of Propy, okay, which was back here in February 2022. And now it's sitting at 257. So I said yesterday I didn't have a lot of TA to show you bottoming structures because I can't see a bottom with this chart yet, but I can show you where the bottom was in the short term, show you where our targets are, and it fired up straight like immediately. Man, that's kind of something I wish I would have said, you know what, I should just get in that real quick with him. I'm going to start doing that. When you guys reach out, ask me for charts, I see a good chart, I'm going to start longing that stuff. I looked for if I can margin trade Propy. If you guys know where I can do that, let me know, because I'm going to find it for sure. And not just that, some of these other dexes that we really want to look at that aren't on KuCoin, and they're not really something, you know, like Quant's not something I've found yet that I can leverage trade, because these are things that I just know these charts very well. So it'd just be easier to do that versus the hodl trades. So Propy did its thing. If you guys got other stuff to look at, I can do that, and then I watch it for the next 24 hours to get a better idea and concept of where it's going. Well, this went straight to where I thought it would go when him and I discussed. And it's there. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited for you guys. Thank you for, I guess, participating in the conversation of crypto and the long sum, short sum, because I want to know what you guys want to see and what you see out there. So this is what we're doing right now. You see a small bounce here right off that area. This is why I love being live. You guys can see that small bounce. Probably come up and test that right now and see if we go. We could get a good idea that the equities market could fire away. I do see ZIL. As I took a look right now, ZIL is up 11.93%. That is a win for all the ZIL people. So shout out to the ZIL people. We got Bitcoin bottom of the RSI right now. So we could be firing away just short term because there's still more room to move on the hourly. Anyway, without me going more into this, that is the long sum short sum, guys. My name is Christian Israel. This is always the section every day, Monday through Friday, the first section of the show, and then this gets uploaded later. So if you are here later, please like, subscribe, do the social media thing, comment below, let me know what you guys are interested in looking at, or if you completely disagree with my TA altogether. I'm okay with that too, because this is a space that's open for communication and free speech. So thank you guys so much for this aspect of it. Without further more, let me see if I can hit that button. Let's get it.